We're exploring the Strength card in the African American Tarot deck, looking at its symbolism and upright and reverse meanings. This card is represented by the warrior spirit in the African American Tarot deck, signifying the just warrior archetype, embodying the power of the god of lightning and thunder. It's also represented by the number 8, signifying the notion of karma, basically the cycle of cause and effect. Whatever you give is whatever you get. Upon the head of the god in lightning and thunder is a crown. This basically embodies his notion as a king, as a just ruler or leader. You also see on this card whereby he has two sets of three eyes, representing the notion of the third eye energy two times over. So he's able to see in the physical realm and also in the spiritual realm. He has deep level of insight. Therefore, he's making his decisions through a just stance. His vision is what gives him strength because he can see on both ends of the spectrum, which helps to enliven him and ensure that he is operating from a place of justice, because strength is not just about physical prowess. It's also about us operating from a space of moral integrity, which is what he's able to do because he can see in both realms. Likewise, you see him carrying a double-edged sword, which basically reflects his ability to maintain equilibrium between order and chaos, ensuring that he wills justice with whatever he does. So he's not going out and just using his strength to tumble over other beings or to usurp authority. Instead, he's using that strength in order to bring down strongholds and ensure a just or equal world. We likewise see him subduing the lion, which obviously represents his physical prowess. It's a metaphor for his ability to be courageous and brave, depicting that inner strength that's required to overcome any types of fears or challenges or doubts or anything like that that we may be dealing with. Likewise, you see the color red represented deeply in this card. That color here denotes power, might. It also represents bloodshed from battle. So he's fighting against this lion and he's at war. He is a warrior energy, in which case he has to go to battle, and it's showing for that in order for us to be strong, we will have to fight. And in order for us to change things, there must be some type of revolution going on. That means that there has to be battle or war. In order for us to know that we're strong, in order for us to strengthen ourselves, we have to train and we have to fight and we have to overcome challenges. It's not just for looks, but instead you gain this strength in the midst of battle. Now let's have a look at the upright interpretation of this card. So if you pull it for yourself or someone else in a reading, it could represent courage and bravery. Basically, this encourages us to stay brave and strong whenever we are facing some type of challenge. It says that the person is confident or will be confident. It's about having them trust in their own abilities to overcome. It also represents inner strength over force. So if you get this card, it highlights the value of gentle persuasion, being patient, understanding, rather than taking aggressive control over a situation. Likewise, it represents the notion of balancing dualities, reflecting our ability to harmonize the light and the dark energies within ourselves and within the world, the ability to maintain equilibrium. If something is going on in the person's life, they are about to experience some form of justice. Likewise, it can indicate karmic justice, whereby it is time for a person to receive what they've given out. In the upright position, that means that they're about to receive something good for the good deeds that they have done. If it is reversed, that means that the person may be receiving karmic justice in a negative way for the bad or the evil deeds that they put out into the world. Now let's take a look at some other meanings of the reverse interpretation of this card. So it could also represent self-doubt or insecurity. An individual who this card is pulled for may not be strong within, so they need to do what it takes to gather themselves up so that they can move forward in strength and be more resilient. It could also represent an imbalance of power, reflecting a tendency to rely too much on force or aggression rather than being patient, rather than being understanding. Alternatively, it may show that this person is being passive and submissive when they should be strong in that moment. Another meaning here is emotional instability. Maybe this individual is struggling with being able to control their emotions. They may be reacting impulsively. They may be impatient, or they also may be a little bit weak emotionally, crying all the time, very, very moody. Likewise, it could represent a disconnection from one's inner strength, basically outlining that the individual is not seeking out spiritual guidance or they lack alignment with their higher self, which leads to feelings of being overwhelmed or even stagnating because they do not have that inner fortitude to carry them forward. These are just some of the symbolisms, meanings, interpretations of this card. Let me know in the comment section what did you get from it. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.